내가 휴대폰으로 찍어줄게. 오, 야, 멋있어.
생겼잖아요. 웃음이 끝. 러드 월드 타워. Uani immikkaortut sisamaani koriakuullermit Kalaallit Nunaanut lajuaqalerniku apersorsimavarput. Soor Kalaallit Nunaannut nuussimanersoq aammaluun misigisimasai pilluit.
Thank you. Insukkimi atskappunga SydKorea minganorpunga. My name is Kim Insuk. I was born in Korea. I'm 33 years old. I'm a writer. And at the same time, I'm taking a master's degree at Elismatosafik. I'm writing my thesis at the moment.
Serlip ilisarnaataata ilagivaat illorsuut portusuut tassaniluu portunersaraat Lorde World Tower. Koriami illorsuut portunersaat. Taanaluu 555 meteriuvoq 123 etaasiaqarluni. Nunarsuarmi illorsuut portunersaata tallimaat. Taasuma qulaani takornariartoqarsinnaavoq naqqaniluu pisinniarfinnik neriniartarfinnillu ulikkaarpoq.
That might be a bit long story, but
Tell a story.
yeah, sure. I actually don't remember how I got to know Greenland for the first time, but I remember that I saw a big white land on the top of the world map, and it was written in Greenland, but it was white. So I started to Google it, and I found a picture. It was a colorful houses with a white iceberg background that looks so beautiful. So I just wanted to see them in person. It was 2010, so when there's something I want to do, I just don't think that much. I just go for it. So as a solo traveler, I just traveled Greenland for 2 weeks. So back then I visited 7 towns in Greenland. Naksaksuaq, Qasiassuk, Naqsak, Qaqortoq, Nanortalik, Nuuk, Ilulissat, 27, I'm not sure. But yeah, 7 towns. So back then I just totally fell in love with Greenland. And I was a university student in Korea back then. So after the trip I went back to Korea and finished my education. But I didn't want to get a job. I just wanted to study more. So I went to a graduate school in London at UCL. And back then I took my first master's degree. My master's thesis was about Greenland's cultural and natural heritage affected by climate change. So after my trip, I just kept studying about Greenland. And after the study, I came back to Korea and I got a job. It was related to cultural heritage, but not Greenland. But I still couldn't forget about Greenland, so I just thought that, okay, I should go to Greenland again. So it was 2015 when I came back to Nuuk. So I started to study again in Sophie. So yeah, since then I'm staying in Greenland.
Cube steak. Nalkit terningiuset. Ukuanerisakka assingupпут neqitsиатат аггуккат соорлустаиккит акиккамит тамууминарпут тарайорнилаарлутик qasilialaarnerlu assut mamaqutaaqaa саниатигут акоркеқарпут сернартуник qaqorteqqasut siisarmilikkat ааммалу KNR наатсиаат аторлугит акуугаат уллоқеққасиутит питсассуит тассаккут каннармимиппунга Gangnam иллоqarfissuup seerlupilariva уллутсинни налугиннеқарлуалерсимасо иммақани пилерсуут Gangnam Style писууллуни Gangnam такусарнерани малуннарпор писинниарфик пассуақарто K-pop аттуумассутеқарсинаасуник илимеингиннерпаасамиллу паасивара Gangnam-мими писиссертарфеқарто KNR писиссарнер нуаннаранеқарторуиссуусо илааниккуллу маккуа попстарни аллаат писиссернэрми унаммисиннеқартарпут илимеисимангиларалу писиссернер таамак нуаннертигиссасо
Yeah.
It was 2010 and I came back to Korea. So I finished my bachelor's degree in 2011. Then I started to have my first master's in 2012 and finished in 13. And then I got a job, so I worked until 14. Then I came back to Greenland 2015.
Great.
There was an episode when I traveled alone. I was in Naleraq, and it was first day of school, and I got that information from the tourist office. So I went to the school that morning, and for the first time I saw the Greenlandic traditional national dress, and it was so colorful and beautiful. And then after that event, I was walking on the street, and a woman called me from her window. And first I didn't know that she was calling me because I'm a stranger. There was no one I know, so I didn't expect that someone was calling me, but she was calling me obviously. So it's like, hi. So I said hi. And apparently her grandson's first day of school, so they were having a cafe meet. So she invited me from the window. So it was stranger's house, but I just came into the house and enjoyed cafe meet. It was my first cafe meet in my life, and I had a really great time. And those things never happen in Korea or, for example, Japan or London, where I studied. I really loved Greenland people. It's like they're very, how can I say, very pure and very kind and nice. So first, I really, really love Greenland people.
Tongsukgung palassi soorleqqaqqarpiaatamissaani inissisimavo assut ulapaarfiusumi. Isartarfissuut taiharnumunnimik atiliksakkutuunik paarsisoqarpo. Qaqqanilu tongsukgung perlas inissisimavo. Kusanartunik naatsiiveqarpoq aamma Euroopamiut illorsuunik peqarpoq. Taamani Koreap kaasariata sanatissimasai. Tassanilu tiitoqatiittarsimapput aliikusersorneqarlutillu.
Yeah, I did. People ask me where I'm from because I only spoke English. So they ask me, what are you doing here? And something like that. Yeah, they made a cake. There was a big pineapple on it. So I didn't see any Greenlandic food in the cafe, unfortunately, but yeah. Fortunately, I had a great chance to work with Korean TV documentary team. So when I worked with them, I traveled from south to north, from Naleraq to KNR, in both summer and winter time, so I could see the different natures. So during the winter time in KNR, they're just so frozen and white. And during the summertime in South Greenland, I think people wouldn't imagine those green fields and yellow buttercups flowers in South Greenland. It's so different. It's so beautiful. I love it. Yeah. Environmental. No, actually, I don't miss the environment because it's like whenever I go to work and school, I was always in the packed subway or bus. I don't miss those environment at all. And here, nature is so close. You can get to the mountain and the sea very easily, and there's always near the town. So. No, actually, I also had a lot of great opportunity since I got here. So I didn't live here for 3 or 4 years straightly. I went to Finland and Norway for my internship, and I did exchange semester in the US. So yeah, I also traveled a lot since I got here.
Yeah.
Uuni paakimiitillutani paannerusumi pisuttuarfigalugu pissarsiaqarnarsimaqaa kisiat pisoq eqqumiissimavoq tusaasimangillarput inuttassaqartissimanatигуллу Finmiliat killernerata mikrofonip immiussimasaanik tusaaseqarsimavugut siulianik maluungeqqaarsimasatsinnik tuuffaaranneranilu tigusimalluniu assiliivillu aappaa assinganik taaniluaqutigeqqaa taaqoqiliivissimallun pigaanni paakkinukaraanassupitsaaqqa Tusavi. Ana. Slun pigaanni paakkinukaraanassupitsaaqqa. Nipaani palaarlu. Oqaffigineqarsimavut hei. Tassami pingeortaqingilugut uani inissisamaffitinni inuit ungasippuut soorlu unatununniittoq uunniit saamiutunginnut assingali. Ismaqaatalu ingerlulluta assut puigunaarpo
Actually, this is not my first life in abroad, so there is no difficulty to adapt a new environment, but sometimes the weather I feel like a bit harsh during the winter time. I was, for example, I'm at home and I supposed to meet my friend, but it was crazy weather outside, so I texted my friend like, hey, I don't think that I can go out. It's like, my friend, the weather is okay. It's like, it's different. The standard is different. Temperature is actually okay because, you know, Greenland, it's quite dry. So sometimes I feel like Korea is colder because Korea is humid, so there were more cold things just in the air, so I feel more cold in Korea. So temperature is okay. It's not that cold, and Nuuk is not that north, so it's okay. Summertime, I love summertime in Greenland. It's like fall in Korea, so it's very good. And the sunlight, it's always, not always, but it's bright. The sunlight, it's quite bright. So, but it's like longer daytime is okay, but if it is always it's bright like that, I think I wouldn't be able to live like that.
It's very difficult.
Hongdae soorluqqeqqalakitaatунгаани inissisimaroq Hongdae universiteteqarfiuvoq inusuttorpassuarnillu ornigarneqartuulluni taakani assiingitsunik inuusuttunut samissassaqartitsiviuvoq tusarnaartitisarfoqarluni nutaagunerusunuk nipilersuutinuk aammalu arlulinnik timersornermik samissassaqartitsiveqarluni assut nuannerpoq inuusuttunut taamalut periarfissiitoqarsimanera. Hongdaemi nuannersut ilagaat cafe pilikat taanna cafe angavallaangitsoq isersimaffiuminerluni nipaappo inuusuttullu amerlangitsut isersimaarput kaffisoruyorlutik atuakkanik atoruyorlutik tassamanna cafe pilersinneqarsimaruq atuakkiortor yaapanimiumut nuannarinnиннэрмут ататиллугу таанна atuakkiortor атеқарпо Haruki Murakami тунарсуор тамаккерлугут налунгиннеқарлуарто маани атуаккиаи амерланерит катерсернеқарсимаппут оқаатсит арлалинни пиумагааннилу аториортоқарсинаавоқ аққиссиллуни Haruki Murakami атуаккиаи эққумилаартугусарпут кисианни эққаанертортеқартарлутик уллутсиннут тунгасуни амерланертигуллуун тассуаатитақартарлутик такорлоорминартуни кафи пирикаат исерсимаарфигалуу ассут нипааппоқ нуаннерлуни that I really forget the sentences or words. I mean, it's very challenging. But we'll get there.
Yes.
That's why you have to repeat them.
I would say
right.
10 times in a row. Yeah.
Korean is not an easy language.
That is something Greenlandic can relate. 안녕하세요. What does it mean?
It's the same as hello, but formal language. Yeah. 네.
네.
It means yes.
Yes.
네.
Yeah, that I can not forget.
네.
네. 네.
What about if you
이삭. All right, come here, sir.
안녕.
안녕.
Yeah. Ingerlariaqqinneq.
So I will let you know simple version. 밥 먹었어?
먹었어.
It's like did you eat rice?
Did you eat rice?
We use that sentence as how are you? Because you are having a good
Cell tower. 하는 거.
Japanese. We're mixing languages.
하고히모각
Haruki Murakami.
모리구마 하가미
Naam. Haruki Murakami.
리우마 가미.
자리 있어요?
자리 있어요? That is a catchy one. Actually.
자리 있어요?
자리 있어요? 자리 있어요 두 사람. Did I pronounce it good?
It's okay.
Okay.
People would understand.
Kakulli tokkappan.
하나,
하나,
둘, 셋, 넷, 아홉, 열.
열.
It's easier than Greenlandic. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
For me.
Finish it.
진짜 맞다시만. 아홉,
아구. 일시시 않는. 고딩이도.
고딩이도. 뜨거운
뜨거운
아메리카노
아메리카노
주세요.
주세요. I heard Americano because it means Americano, so
Yeah.
Samu. Sudur oppi.
뜨거운 커피
커피 주세요.
네, 주세요.
주세요.
네.
하나.
하나 주세요.
응.
네, 하나 주세요.
You can just can do body language.
김치사락 immussuaq ukua nuulit kayuusangayaasittut raajaqqat akuakkit riisillu
We just say wait.
호연.
아
호연.
Wait.
고인 예
Like after dinner.
고야nok 고인의
호연아. Or 가봉아.
Oh yeah.
간혹
In Korean,
Yeah.
배불러.
배불러
It's like your belly is like swollen.
You have a very American accent.
what
You have a very American accent.
do I
No.